Still Badgie, going for that inline, gets his cross in, and it's in! Lucho Acosta with the finish! Well, that goal is all about Badgie!
8 straight. The Fortress holds, and the orange and blue are still perfect at home.
FC Cincinnati have struck again, they're back in front.
FC Cincinnati sits on top of the MLS table with 30 points, leading the race for the Supporters' Shield.
Kubo scores!
Now, after a win in New York, they shift their focus to the round of 8 in the U.S. Open Cup and a tough stretch ahead on the road starting in Colorado. Cincinnati, here we go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome into another edition of FC Cincinnati Weekly alongside our guy, Tommy Galerder. I'm your host, Caleb. No, Tommy, another week and another home win for FC Cincinnati. You've said it all season long, you know, win or draw on the road, you got to win at home.
You got to win at home, and guess what? That's all they've done, Caleb. 8 wins in 8 opportunities in league play, plus 2 Open Cup victories. So 10 wins in 10 games at TQL Stadium. 2 last week because Montreal in the midweek. And then you had the Saturday, hell was real, all of the energy, all of the fire, all of the brimstone, and all 3 points for the good guys.
Took a season and a half or so for FC Cincinnati to really look comfortable at the brand new, as it was, TQL Stadium, but they certainly, they've turned it into what we now call the Fortress. This year's first edition of the Hell is Real Derby is in the books. The orange and blue did not disappoint. It was the first time they've beaten the Crew in 3 years, Tommy. They came out aggressive, and they attacked early on.
Well, yeah, and that's what you had to do, right? You had to feed off that energy of the building, and you had to find a way to get the first goal. And FC Cincinnati came out, and they created chances from the jump. And how about Don Badgie? Second straight win, or second straight start, I should say, in league play. And he helps his team win because he's setting up goals like this, drawing the ball back, getting to the end line, finding his man, Luciano Acosta, who slips it past, and the building was shaking, and the energy was there, and everything was rolling for FC Cincinnati.
It was a sold-out stadium. That place was rocking, and at this point, you see Dominique Badgie was able to set up Luciano Acosta there, but the passing that led up to this was also incredible to
absolutely.
see.
And then Badgie draws the penalty. He doesn't get an assist on this play. He probably should because it was his play that sets up the penalty kick. But Lucho, calm, cool, collected from the spot, slots it past Schulte, and it's 2-0, and it feels so good, but a little too good to be true. 2 goals conceded to Columbus. Everybody's a little nervous, including the goalkeeper for Columbus. Schulte way off his line, makes a mistake, and FC Cincinnati makes him pay. The ball comes back across the penalty area. You see Brandon Vasquez doesn't get greedy, take the shot, and it's Moreno with the decisive touch and the game-winning goal for Junior, 3-2. And at that point, FC Cincinnati certainly had to hold on for about 25 minutes after that, but the party was on once it was all said and done.
Especially in stoppage time with a great save by Roman Celentano. We will get to that in just a couple minutes. Junior Moreno just had that teed up for him right there. A can't-miss type of opportunity there. A big save from Roman Celentano, as I mentioned late in the game, a big mistake for the Columbus keeper there.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, there was a lot of pressure on Columbus to come into this match. I think that they wanted to play the role of spoiler, right? I don't know that FC Cincinnati felt the pressure, but I think people were nervous for a little bit because we've seen leads evaporate the previous 2 years at home against Columbus. And it happened again. A goal before halftime, a goal straight out of the locker room, and it's 2-2, and everybody starting to get a little bit tense. But you're right. Junior Moreno, no doubt about it. Leaves no doubt there on the touch. Kubo was there as well. They communicated well to make sure that Junior could take that ball and punch it into the net. And Roman Celentano was great. But Luciano Acosta, he's the man right now.
Yeah, the first 2 goals of the game scored by Luciano Acosta. The first was off that assist by Badgie. The second was off of that penalty on the PK for Luciano Acosta. Just continue. I mean, we'll just make this our weekly Luciano Acosta recap.
I hope so, because that means that he's doing great things. Last week, a goal against Montreal kind of opened things up. Then he has 1 from open play, 1 from the spot in this game. And Pat Noonan told us on the broadcast afterwards, he said he's playing like a captain. And he's leading like a captain. And you could feel the energy from him. And when Lucho is playing like that, when he's locked in, and when he's getting back and helping setting things up at the defensive end of the pitch, all of that helps the team the other way. And he was named to the player of the match day, which is basically player of the week, I guess. They convolute the terminology a little bit, but player of the match day.
So, really well.
From the weekend, he was a top player in the league. Let's put it that way, and a deserved honor for the captain. If you're going to wear that armband, you have to lead the team. And at times, look, there's been some slip-ups where maybe his attitude wasn't great or he got suspended last year for a few games. But he's proven over and over that he deserves to wear that armband, and he rewards his head coach with a massive performance against a rival to remain absolutely perfect inside the fortress.
So both of his goals, again, as we mentioned, came off of – one was off of an assist. One was shortly after Dominique Badji was fouled in the box. It came on a PK. Speaking of Badji, the way that he seems to fit with this team right now, I mean, they're going to need somebody to fill in. Brenner's out the door, right? Badji looks the part right now.
Well, and he's hurt, and Brenner's hurt right now, too, so he's not even available to help out. Plus, you've had Sergio Santos out. So Dom has stepped in and been fantastic in the starting lineup. But remember, this is a guy with loads of Major League Soccer experience. He was dinged up last year, never really found his rhythm. He still hasn't scored with FC Cincinnati in a game. That's going to come, right? The minutes are coming for Dom right now, but he is a true pro, and I love what I've seen from him in these two matches. In a starting role, he has put in A-plus effort and has helped FC Cincinnati win both those starts.
We talked about Roman Celentano's save. We'll show you Roman Celentano's save right here and talk about it. This was not just a save of a goal. It was not just a goal save. It was a match-saving play.
It's a grown man save is what I want to call it, right? Because look how quick he had to react. That ball's coming off the head there, and he has to swat it up over the crossbar. This is a second-year goalkeeper with 40 starts in Major League Soccer. And that would have been the worst feeling ever if Columbus equalizes at the death. It would have felt like the worst loss in club history. And trust me, there's been some bad losses along the way. But no, Big Roman was there. He is playing like a seasoned veteran, not a second-year guy in Major League Soccer. He's proven to be an elite shot stopper over the course of his career in Major League Soccer. And look, Caleb, he proves it there. I give him all the credit in the world for that play. And I saw him afterwards, and he was fired up. Got a big hug from Roman on my way out. And what I love about Roman, not only is he an elite shot stopper, but he's so humble. And he's not one of these guys who's going bonkers back there and screaming and yelling at guys. He is calm, cool, and collected, and that sets him up to make plays like that.
You can see the anticipation there. The way you're supposed to play that as a goalkeeper is you don't sit back on your line and wait for him to head that ball. You go take it off his head, and that's exactly what Roman Celentano did there. And again, it wasn't just a save. It was a match-saving save. Well, FC Cincinnati is at the top of the MLS table with 9 wins this season, 30 points total. They now lead the race for the Supporters' Shield. Head coach Pat Noonan was asked if he believes his team is the best in the league.
I'm not too concerned if we're the best team right now. I want to be the best team, and I know these guys want to be the best team at the end of the year. And so we're on that path. But, again, the guys are doing a good job of winning games and performing and competing and doing a lot of good things out on the field. And so whether we're the best or not, that'll be for others to judge, but I'm proud of where they're at and the way they're playing.
Yeah, one match at a time.
Absolutely.
Wise perspective from head coach Pat Noonan. He knows how this works.
Yes, he does, and he's kept this team humble, right? I talked about Roman Celentano is humble. Well, Pat Noonan is as well. He knows his team is good. He knows that his team can win some serious hardware this year, so he's going to keep them focused. He told me before the Montreal game, there's only one thing to focus on. It's Montreal. I will worry about Columbus when Montreal is over, and that's what he did. And then he's going to worry about Colorado, and then he's going to worry about New York City, and then he's going to worry about Chicago. He's not going to look at it as, well, how do we manage New York City now? No, first things first, the Rapids.
And he said it's not just for him, but he wants to convey that to the team as well. It's one
absolutely.
game at a time. FC Cincinnati has their work cut out for him during the next stretch of the season. 6 of the next 9 MLS matches will be played on the road. That does not include U.S. Open Cup matches, and it starts this Saturday, tomorrow, against Colorado. The orange and blue heading out to the Rocky Mountains to take on the Colorado Rapids, a team that's lost 3 in a row. This is our match preview brought to you by Tri-State GMC Buick. Tommy, the altitude in Colorado, any concern?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, look, any team that goes out there, right? Whether you play in NFL, if you're playing outside, you play in Major League Baseball, you play in Major League Soccer, the altitude absolutely will be a concern out there at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. So you go out there and you're not used to it, and the team's not going to spend much time.
It's just, you've been out there.
It makes it a little, the air's a little thinner, and makes it a little harder to breathe. I think you get tired a little bit faster as you play out there. But Pat played out there, so he knows what it's like, so he can prepare his team. He has some other guys who have played out there before in this league, but FC Cincinnati hasn't been there since 2019. So not a lot of guys who are on that team are on this team. But Colorado's a team, Caleb, that's struggling a bit. Just 2-6-6 on the season. And it's ripe for a road win, which 3 more points. You know, we talked about it at the top, right? Road draws and home wins. Great formula for success. Well, if you add in some road wins there, then it's going to be even better. And with the cushion they have in that Supporters Shield race right now, a result at Colorado would start this busy week with a massive, massive positive.
It seems like the last 5 or 6 weeks, FC Cincinnati's gotten a lot of teams that are playing their best soccer at that time. Colorado's not that team right
you're
now,
right.
It's a team that's desperate.
Yeah, absolutely. DC United came in well. Columbus have been a bit up and down, but Colorado has a couple guys suspended as well who picked up their 5th yellow card of the season in their match over last weekend. So I think FC Cincinnati needs to go in and look, they got to make sure they have the right guys. That guys are rested and ready to go and are dealing with the altitude and all of the conditions there. But great opportunity for 3 more points.
Thanks so much, man. You can listen to Tommy and his partner Kevin McCluskey during matches on ESPN 1530 or iHeartRadio. You can also listen to them on the Apple TV broadcast when FC Cincinnati plays at home. Just click the 3 little dots at the bottom and choose home broadcast. Thank you so much, man.
Pleasure. Good to see you.
Yeah, come back sometime. Well, coming up, it is the round of 16 in the U.S. Open Cup. FC Cincinnati traveled up to the Garden State to square off against the New York Red Bulls. The orange and blue out for revenge after the break.
When you think banker, you think dress shoes. At First Financial, we think your shoes and walking a mile in them. It's how we put you first, understanding what your business needs to take the next step, or what you need to give your finances a solid footing. Because while banking can happen here, our relationships are made out here. A bank that makes you feel like number one. That's First.
First! When it hurts to move, what often hurts most is the fact that you can't. Because every rebound is calling your name, and every dance should be danced. It's in moments like these that we step in to help you step back off the sidelines. Because it takes 2 to tango in this life, and you are meant to be the one. Mercy Health, healthcare for the universe of you. Find an orthopedic doctor at mercy.com/ortho.
We've always gone to Skyline. As soon as we get there, the girls run to make sure that we can get the counter. It's kind of neat for the kids to sit there and watch their food being made.
It's like right in front of you, showing kind of like how it's actually done. It's awesome because it's a Skyline thing.
Very, very, very awesome.
Where else can you go and play and entertain yourself and eat, you know?
Nobody has a counter like Skyline. It's just the best.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode? Or even,
are you out of your mind?
Mode. Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Step up to GMC with 1.9% APR for 36 months and no monthly payments for 90 days on GMC Terrain models.
Welcome back, everyone, to FC Cincinnati Weekly. The U.S. Open Cup continued this week with FC Cincinnati's trip up to New York, the first road trip of this year's U.S. Open Cup for FCC, a rematch of last year's playoff game, which FC Cincinnati won against New York Red Bulls. Pat Noonan hoping to guide the club into the quarterfinals, and the good guys get on the board first. Luciano Acosta. Seems like every goal somehow revolves around that guy, huh? Rolls it into Yuya Kubo, and it's 1-0 FC Cincinnati off the foot of Yuya. This is just brutal, though. Stoppage time. About 3 minutes left in the match. New York off the long ball ahead. It's flicked around a couple times, and the one-touch laser ties it up 1-1. We go to extra time. In fact, we go to PKs. In the shootout, New York's first shot, Alec can. Yes, he can. FC Cincinnati would make their first 4 PKs. Here is number 5, Alvaro Barrial. Net. FC Cincinnati wins it in PKs. They played 120-plus minutes of soccer, and it ended on the foot of Barrial and thanks to the glove of Alec Can. FC Cincinnati is on to the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open Cup, where they will face Pittsburgh at home. That'll be the first week of June. Well, if you want to head out to see U.S. Open Cup action, it continues with the round of 8 the first week of June. FC Cincinnati gets set to host the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. The match is set for 7 o'clock at TQL Stadium. Get your tickets at fccincinnati.com. We'll be right back on FC Cincinnati Weekly.
I'm looking for someone who cares about my needs.
I'm looking for someone who will let me use their charger.
Connections, the dating app exclusively for singles who are in your area for 2 painful hours waiting for their connecting flight.
So, how's that charger working out for you?
Connections. Not necessary for those who live the non-stop life.
Oh, another connection.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Check. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh?
You got no game. Dude, that's a foul!
And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. If you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Real mature.
Are you ready to help move medicine forward? CTI-CRC, a local clinical research center, is looking for adults 18 and older to participate in a chemo-induced peripheral neuropathy study. If you've experienced neuropathy with breast, colorectal, or gynecological cancers, you may qualify for this study. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and insurance is not necessary. Qualified participants may be compensated up to $3,175 for their time and trip. Call or visit ctifacts.com to learn more.
Frisch's has been making craveable American classics since 1947, like Frisch's Classic Big Boy and Super Big Boy burgers, each one piled high with crispy lettuce, crunchy pickles, 2 fresh, never frozen all-beef patties, topped with American cheese and our famous tartar sauce. Oh, the tartar sauce. It doesn't get much better than this, or does it? Try the Big Boy with fries and a drink, or make it a Super Big Boy with fries and a drink. Stop by or order online at Frisch's.com, DoorDash, or Uber Eats. Frisch's, everyone's favorite.
Well, he scored the very first goal at TQL Stadium, and he's never looked back since. Alvaro Barrial came to Cincinnati September of 2020. Today, he's a critical piece for the Orange and Blue and an elite talent in Major League Soccer. He says one of his big dreams is to make history in the Queen City by winning a title. I think a lot of fans out there would agree with that and hope for the same. Let's take a look now at our ProLink player profile, Alvaro Barrial.
Empecé a jugar al fútbol a los 4 años, si no me equivoco, en un club de mi barrio ahí en Ciudadela, en Buenos Aires. Cuando ya empecé a crecer, a los 15, 16 años, empecé a soñar y a meterme más de lleno en el fútbol profesional. De ese momento cambié la cabeza. Mis papás, mi mamá tuvieron un gran impacto, mi hermano y mi hermana, en apoyarme, en acompañarme y creo que eso fue una de las claves para que yo haya podido llegar a jugar al fútbol profesional. Practicaba, me gustaba el boxeo, creo que me gusta el entrenamiento y me gustaba el deporte, entonces cuando podía en mis vacaciones o cuando tengo o tenía tiempo practicaba eso. No puedo hacerlo por mi profesión, pero me gusta el entrenamiento más que nada y el deporte. Creo que Cincinnati es una ciudad tranquila, me gusta por su tranquilidad, porque tenés tiempo para descansar bien y no preocuparte por muchas cosas. Tratamos de compartir momentos fuera del entrenamiento como también para tener un poco de compañía entre todos, ayudarnos. Tratamos de ir a comer a algún lugar y entre todos después del entrenamiento, por lo menos una vez por semana. Un momento especial, creo que hubo varios, pero bueno, creo que mi primer gol aquí en el club, que fue en el estadio, fue el primer gol del estadio, entonces creo que ese fue un momento muy especial para mí.
Start team 1, Ben, Samways, McHenry, Conte, and Grimes. My name is Shavar Thomas. I'm the assistant coach at FC Cincinnati 2. Grew up in Jamaica, born in Jamaica. I'm Jamaican. Grew up in Jamaica, went to high school there. Midway, I would think my junior year in high school, I migrated to America, went to boarding school in Hotchkiss, Lakeville, Connecticut. And after that, I went to University of Connecticut, where I played soccer. Yeah. And then I was drafted into the MLS. I think it was number 10 in the first round overall draft. Played professionally for 10 years in the league, and here I am. We do just the same, game by game. With training and our numbers, we just have to adjust. But the focus is always, getting these kids better every day. As you know, it's development. So we're trying to prepare these guys every day and to transition them to the first team. Well, first of all, it's the understanding, the players' understanding of what we required of them. And also, it's a combination of, we have a lot of better players, smarter players, and just the mentality is way different. So these guys, they know what they're about, and they know that, hey, if you do well here, granted, you probably get an opportunity. They have sights on playing professional on the first team. So, that's the whole mentality change.
TQL Stadium isn't just for match days. It's the perfect backdrop for your next upscale or casual event. Home to 7 different club spaces, there's a perfect spot for any event of 15 to even up to 1,000 plus guests. Complimentary event with stadium tours, a Gary the Mascot visit, full service event management, seasonal menu offerings, and on-site AV equipment. Come join us at what was named the best venue of 2022 by the World Football Summit. For more information on availability and booking, contact Private Events at fccincinnati.com.
Whenever you're feeling good and hungry, it's Skyline time. Gather together with friends and family. It's Skyline time.
I grew up eating Skyline, so after school, it's nice just to head through the drive-thru and pick up our 3-ways.
It makes me feel excited and happy. If I was given Skyline grades, I'll give him 2 A+.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone. When you download the Kroger app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Kroger app. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Games mean something more.
they require something more. It takes on a new level. I want to see you guys go about it in a confident way.
We don't need a speech to get up for tonight. We're ready to go. You know the expectation for tonight when we step on the field at home. 3 points, that's it. For us, it's for the city, it's for the club. We leave it all on the field tonight.
Stumbling to the end line, draws it back. Luciano Acosta pokes it in, and the orange and blue have struck first at home. Acosta steps to the ball, making a break. In the first half, it's 2-0. Acosta misplays the ball. Acosta will send it back to Vasquez. The goal is open. It comes across. Moreno will take the shot. Cincinnati's back on top. Junior Moreno posted by. Headed out to the far post. Salentano swats it away. Full-time whistle. And FC Cincinnati has defeated their rival, the Columbus Crew. And they are dancing in the Bailey tonight.
Well, if you want to check out the orange and blue in person soon, FC Cincinnati takes on the Chicago Fire. That is Saturday, June 3rd. That's the next home match for FC Cincinnati at TQL Stadium. Tickets are still available at fccincinnati.com. Game time is 7:30 at, again, TQL Stadium. Well, thanks again for watching our show this week. Join us every single Friday evening at 7:30 for FC Cincinnati Weekly, the most comprehensive coverage of the orange and blue you'll find anywhere out there. For Tom Galerder and the rest of our crew for FC Cincinnati Weekly, have a great night and go FC Cincinnati.
At Mercy Health, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. So these days, it's not just about how we care for you, it's where. Because whether at our place or yours, or wherever your day takes you, we'll be there with compassionate, personalized care. No matter how the world changes, your health will always be our top priority. Mercy Health, primary care for the universe of you. Visit mercy.com to find a doctor near you.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode? Or even...
Are you out of your mind?
Mode. Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Step up to GMC with 1.9% APR for 36 months and no monthly payments for 90 days on GMC Terrain models.
When a drug you're testing might change the world, it doesn't feel like work. When the data might add up to a better life for millions of patients, there's real meaning in crunching the numbers. When a clinical trial signals a safe and effective medical option, you know your work matters. And when you want to work alongside some of the brightest minds in biotech, then MedPace is where you belong. If you want to make a difference tomorrow, join us today. Visit medpace.com/careers.
Stacy! I'm the sizzle in this promposal. Tonight, sparks are gonna fly.
Kyle?
And while Romeo over here is trying to look cool, things are about to heat up. Uh-oh.
Darn it, Kyle!
And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you can end up paying for this yourself.
Sorry, Mr. Sanchez.
Get Allstate. Be better protected from mayhem, like me. That's